Hey guys, it's Michael. Hey, today I wanted to talk a little bit about Skagway, Alaska, give you some pointers, some tips maybe, and share some of my experience. This is a beautiful little town. For a lot of people, I've heard it's, for many, their favorite. It certainly was a favorite of mine. Skagway is a small town there in Alaska. It's got a population, now I've read anywhere from 800 to 1,200 people, maybe a little bit more than that now. It was a cold winter. But anyway, Skagway, if it's going to be one of your stops, you may want to, check and see. There is so much to see there. Skagway is home of the White Passage train. Now, that is an excursion you could book if you're doing a cruise. You could book it through your cruise line. If you're just visiting Skagway, you can, of course, you can book it that way, too. This is a place I'd like to spend a little more time, actually, than just one day from a cruise ship. Maybe someday I'll get to do that. The White Passage was built many years ago during the gold rush. And, of course, on the train ride, they'll give you all the information. They take you way up in the mountains. It's beautiful, some beautiful scenery. You can see, a lot of times you get to see some wildlife. You actually go into a little part of Canada there on the train ride. Very friendly, lots of history, a lot of fun. That's one thing. Just want to bring that up. I did that. Now, the town itself, when you first get there, one experience I had was on a cruise ship. Had gone down for breakfast, sitting having my breakfast, Just happened to look out the window and this huge whale comes up, and its little pup, and just right there beside the ship. So that's one thing in Alaska. You can see whales just about anywhere, a lot of times. And then the bald eagle, you'll see those. You'll see a lot of wildlife. But that wasn't even, now there are excursions that you can take and see more. They'll take you out to Whale Watch or different places where the wildlife is, but just want to share that. Now, there's been a rock slide there in Skagway, and to my knowledge, it's still there. It's going to be there probably for a little while till they can get it fixed. It used to be that anywhere your ship ported, you could just walk into town, and in some areas, it's still kind of close, but some of the areas you'll need to take the transit over. It's not far at all. I mean, like 5-10 minutes. It's nothing, really. And then once you're in town, very small town, you can walk anywhere you want to go. Now, how the transit works there, it's a family-owned bus service, and what they did last year was you can ride for $3 one trip, or you could pay $5 and ride all day. They just put a little stamp on your wrist, and to me, that's a no-brainer. I rode that bus so many times. It's a family-owned business, like I say. I believe Brenda, Kelly, John met all of them, and real friendly bunch. Now, once you get into town, there's a lot to see there as well. They have, of course, the little souvenir shops that everybody's interested in. You got to get your Alaskan souvenirs. There's also restaurants. The Red Onion's there. Very popular place. That place stays crowded. It really does. That is known nationally. But there are other places. If you can't get into the Red Onion, you want something to eat, there are other restaurants. The place I ended up going was the station. So we're on 4th Avenue. It's right beside the little hotel there. Really good food. They had burgers, different things. It's a bar and grill kind of thing. What I had was the fish and chips. I'd ran into someone else there from the ship, and that's what they were having. And I said, well, hey, that's what I'm looking at too. Is it good? Oh, yeah. And it really was. It was delicious. So keep that in mind too. That's called the station. Now, the places to visit there in town, the things that fascinated me was like, I went to the local grocery store, and I walked in, I was like, wow, this is very different than what I'm used to. Another place I went to was a little hardware store. It's more like a general store. You could, this is a place that you could say get say if you need like a washer for your kitchen faucet, you could buy a washer for your kitchen faucet, or you could buy a big screen TV, So, very interesting. But the whole town is just quaint. It's just so cute. It's, and like I said, people are so friendly. There's really a lot to see there. Don't, if you're doing your Alaska cruise, definitely, spend some time in Alaska. I always like to talk to the local people, learn about, no matter where I go, the culture, what's it like here, especially like during the winter and things like that. But anyway, I think you'll love Skagway. It's, the train ride. That was, to me, that was what would you say? That was my favorite. But, just use your time, you've got all day there, usually with most cruises. That's one place that they don't tend to, well, it depends on the cruise line, but, usually you have plenty of time in Skagway, and you don't have to worry about being gone so far away from the ship because everything's kind of right there. You're not really gone far, no matter where you're at in Skagway, except for the train ride. And that is something that you can book through your cruise line, and you don't have to worry about getting back on time. They're going to wait, if you're booking it through the cruise line, of course. But anyway, just wanted to give you a little bit of a heads up on Skagway. Again, my name is Michael, and I want to invite you to subscribe to Coastal Cruise Control if you haven't already. We certainly would like to have you part of the family. And I believe that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.